The Black Mass is a satanic parody of the Roman Catholic Mass, often involving the ritual murder of a virgin. Aleister Crowley wrote extensively about ritual sacrifice and recommended that a child under the age of 9 of above average intelligence made the ideal sacrificial victim. Much to the horror of the 17th century royal elite, Etienne Guibourg publicly confessed that the mistress of King Louis XIV of France, Madame de Montespan, would lie naked upon a satanic altar with a chalice of wine infused with intoxicating herbs on her bare stomach. She would hold 2 black candles in each of her outstretched hands. The Royal Black Mass, combined with a family tradition of cruelty and outright evil, would be continued into the 1700s by the aristocrat known as the Marquis de Sade. The de Sade family were members of France's oldest nobility. The Marquis de Sade repeatedly abused young prostitutes in his castle at Lacoste in France. He wrote about pornographic orgies and ritualized sexual beatings involving monks, priests, and even the Pope himself. Sade avoided a prison sentence by claiming insanity and spent most of his life in a comfortable mental asylum. In the asylum, the Marquis de Sade immediately began an affair with a 13-year-old girl called Madeleine Leclerc. Sade died in 1814. His death marked a new era of Satanism and murder at the royal courts of Britain, France, and Russia. Witch hunts of the Middle Ages took place all over Europe and even in the United States of America. However, witch hunts in the Russian Imperial Empire were much more rare. To this very day, a huge number of Russian people are attributed with psychic power. In the 19th century, the Russian Romanov royal family employed a powerful hypnotist and mystic. He has become known as the Mad Monk Grigory Rasputin. The story of Rasputin exemplifies the psychopathic nature of the monarchy. Rasputin was a self-styled monk and therefore had friends in the Russian Orthodox Church. Rasputin had endured poverty, giving him the common touch with the peasant population of Russia. He was revered as someone who could heal, therefore bringing him notoriety across the vast empire of Imperial Russia. Rasputin was also someone who could entertain the company of royalty. Rasputin was seen as a threat by the Romanov royal dynasty. Grigory Rasputin may have actually become Russia's first truly popular leader had he not been poisoned and murdered by one of the royal princes. Born in 1869, the mystical Grigory Rasputin could engage himself in an intense trance where he prophesied future events. his psychic healing powers were employed by Tsar Nicholas and Queen Alexandra. Rasputin used his famous healing hands to cure the Tsar's son. Once the royal Romanov dynasty saw the immense power of Rasputin, they quickly realized that a popular revolt may elevate Rasputin to be the leader of a new Russian republic. The Romanov royal family immediately plotted the murder of Rasputin. However, Rasputin's psychic powers allowed him to prophesy his own death, and he gave warning to Tsar Nicholas that if he were to murder Rasputin, then the whole Romanov royal family would also be killed. On New Year's Eve 1916, Prince Felix Yusupov invited Rasputin to the Moika Palace in St. Petersburg. The prince gave Rasputin poisoned food. However, Rasputin showed no sign of dying. Prince Felix panicked and rushed out of the palace to consult Grand Duke Dmitri. The Duke and Prince returned with a gun and shot Rasputin at point-blank range. A palace doctor was called who could find no sign of life in the body of Rasputin. However, suddenly, Rasputin regained consciousness, and the prince and the duke ran for the outer gate of the palace and called for armed troops to finish off Rasputin. Rasputin chased the duke and prince. The crowned prince took a club and hit Rasputin repeatedly over the head in a typically psychopathic royal temper. Palace guards were ordered to wrap Rasputin in a heavy curtain, and he was then lowered to his death in the icy cold River Neva. Thus, the Russian people lost one of their truly great potential leaders. Soon after, a bloodbath would take place in Imperial Russia, and the dictatorial, cruel system of the Romanov monarchy would be continued by a fake revolutionary communist government who secretly took their orders from the royal political elite. Descendants of the Russian monarchy and aristocracy now rule Russia from behind the scenes, having introduced the same system of globalization and stock markets which the royal elite have used to ensnare the economies of most countries on the face of planet Earth.